How's it going? My name is Slip. I hope you're all having a great day, and the tomb came out yesterday, so of course I'm gonna be out with a fresh new guide covering how to do the Easter egg the easiest and fastest way possible, solo or co-op. So if you enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Your support means everything to me, and let's get straight into it. For the first 8 rounds of your game, you want to pop the Rampage Inducer and get as many points as you possibly can. When round 8 eventually comes around, a Shock Mimic is gonna spawn in, and once he waddles his way into the map, you want to take him out as quick as possible, and when you finally do, he's going to drop the monocle item. This is the first item you need to get the Ice Staff. From here, you just want to disable the Rampage Inducer and then pick a side and buy your way through the map until you get to the portal to nowhere. After placing the monocle, wait a couple seconds and the door will open, allowing you to enter the Dark Ether. Upon entering the Dark Ether, you can make your way to the middle and shoot this rock you see me shoot on screen here to start a little Easter egg. Your main goal is to stop all of the meteors from moving, and there's going to be 5 of them in total, and they're all going to orbit around the middle of the Dark Ether area. And once you take out the 5th and final moving rock, you'll hear a success sound, and if you make your way to the middle of the Dark Ether, you'll notice an Ethereum Crystal and a Cryo Freeze Augment waiting for you for completely free. After claiming your reward, make your way back through any of the portals to the main portion of the map, and if you look around, you should notice these purple flaming lanterns pretty quickly. There's 2 areas in particular that you want to get these lanterns to shine on, so you want to walk around and break all of them until they shine on the hieroglyphic of the bull as well as the hieroglyphic of the hunter. Once you have both of these glowing, you can go to either of them, and you want to shoot from Roman numeral 1 to 10 on the hunter and 1 to 8 on the bull. So if you don't know your Roman numerals, I'll put up on screen here a little cheat sheet. So it's actually really simple. You just want to shoot the ones that correspond to the Roman numerals, and once you get all of them lit in the correct order, it will spawn a purple ball that is going to spawn in a bunch of enemies around you, and you want to take out all the enemies that it spawns, and it'll move around the area 4 times, and once it makes its way back to the hieroglyphic, you'll be rewarded with one of the 2 final Ice Staff parts. You can then make your way to the other hieroglyph that you've yet to do, and then enter in 1 through 10 or 1 through 8, whichever it is. And once you put the code in correctly, the purple ball will spawn in once again, and you have to walk it around the room 4 times, and of course it'll end with the hieroglyphic, giving you the final Ice Staff part as a reward. You can then make your way into the Dark Ether and head up to this shrine looking thing in the very middle and interact to place your Ice Staff parts. From here, the 2 purple balls that you filled up earlier are going to spawn in next to the Ice Staff, and they're going to spawn in a bunch of zombies. You just want to take out all of the zombies that are glowing purple to contribute progress to your Ice Staff crafting, and after a while of protecting your Ice Staff and taking out all the purple zombies, you will be finally rewarded with the Ice Staff itself. You can walk up to the middle of the shrine and pick it up and wield it with all of its glory for the first time on modern graphics in a very long time. Now, of course, since we have the Ice Staff, you're probably wondering how to upgrade it, so let's quickly get that over with in 2 very quick steps. So the first thing you want to do is line up 3 purple flaming lanterns in a position where you can easily go from all 3 of them within 10 seconds. So I highly recommend getting Stamina and even PhD Slider with the Tribologist augment to go even faster, but the goal here is to snuff out 3 of these lanterns with your Ice Staff within 10 seconds, and once you do, you'll get a voice line from Archibald letting you know you did it correctly. From this point, you want to quickly make your way into the Dark Ether and look around at the rocks above you until you find 3 glowing runes on the rocks. And you also want to remember the order that you shoot these rocks in, because you will have to input them as a code very shortly. So, once you find one of the runes, you want to shoot it with your Ice Staff and take a look at it with one of your bullet weapons a little closer, because the symbols are small and they can be hard to see unless you ADS. So once you end up finding the 3rd and final rock, shoot it with your Ice Staff and you should get a voice line from Archibald. As soon as the voice line ends, take a look around and one of the 4 portals in the Dark Ether will be disabled. Then you want to make your way back to the main portion of the map and head to the portal that is disabled from the inside, and on the portal door you'll notice the runes from the rocks we just shot. If you remember the code that you got from shooting the rocks originally, you can input them into this door to reopen the portal, allowing us to do the final step to upgrade the ice staff. Look around once you make it through the portal and you'll notice a purple orb. After interacting with it, your screen will go white and you'll get kicked off of the rock you're floating on. Now, the purple ball is going to start spawning zombies, very similar to the ones earlier, but this is a soul box now, so if you don't stay close enough to it while you're taking out all of the zombies, it can actually fail on you and you can get a white screen before you make the ball finish its course. If that does happen, like it happens to me right here in this gameplay, all you have to do is end the round and come back the next round, and you'll notice that one of the portals is once again disabled. And after making your way over to it, put the same code in you did the first time, and it should reopen, allowing you to go and try this step again. So once again, interact with the purple ball, and this time follow it the entire way through and make sure that no zombies escape your wrath while it makes its way into the shrine in the middle. And once it finally sits in the middle, you can walk up to it with your ice staff and it will imbue with the power of Ulls' arrow, and your ice staff will finally be upgraded. Now, if you hold down the shoot button, you can do the ice vortex from Black Ops 2 and 3, and if you use your select fire button, you can pull out Sekhmet's Vigor. Now, this is actually used for the next step of the Easter egg, so if you make your way up to this statue of a vermin, you can shoot it with your Sekhmet's Vigor and interact with it to get dark energy. From here, go through the blue portal, and you will notice the same statue in the spawn glowing, and you just want to walk up to it and interact with it to start a lockdown, and a bunch of vermin are going to spawn in. I recommend just shooting a couple ice vortexes at your feet and wait for all the vermin to die. This is a super easy step. It's definitely the easiest one to get, and once it's done, you can pick up the dark energy amulet, and if you notice on the left side of the screen, there's a damage bar, so you don't want to get hit by zombies, but the portal closest to you to the dark ether is also disabled, so you want to go to the second closest portal to you and put your amulet back where you got the dark energy originally to power up the first of the 4 spires. And after watching the sick animation of the power going into the crystal over the middle, you can make your way to the parasite statue next to the vermin, and you'll notice a yellow crystal spawns, and you can shoot it with your Sekhmet's Vigor, then go through the yellow portal, and you will see the parasite statue on the other side. Now, this is probably one of the more difficult ones in my personal opinion, because just like the terminus step to get the wonder weapon, you have to collect purple orbs that drop from purple parasites, and you have to bring them into the statue in the middle, and you have to collect an absolute ton of them, and there's only 1.5 minutes to do it, so it can be very hectic, but once you manage to get all the orbs into the middle, you can once again claim your amulet and run your happy ass all the way back into the dark ether and place it on the parasite statue to power the second spire. After the second beam is fired, you can make your way over to the Doppelgas statue and shoot it with your Sekhmet's Vigor to grab the dark energy from it. You then want to make your way through the green portal, as it's the closest one to the Doppelgas statue, and this one is honestly pretty easy as well. If you just sit right underneath the statue itself after interacting with it and spam ice vortexes at your feet, all the Doppelgasts that spawn in should die before they can even attack you. And it's mainly just a matter of making sure your armor plates are kept up while you're getting bombarded with exploding Doppelgasts. But again, this one is super simple, and after you take out a couple Doppelgasts, you will be able to grab the amulet, and you can return it to the Dark Ether to power the second to last spire. Now, if you didn't get a max ammo during that entire time, your Sekhmet's Vigor is probably out of ammo, so you can go over to an ammo crate and spend 10k, or just get a max ammo, and then you can shoot the final statue, which is the Amalgam statue. After claiming the dark energy, make your way through the red portal, go all the way down to the bottom of the excavation site, and you can begin the Amalgam trial. This one is also really easy. If you have overpowered weapons like I do, you can do it in one phase, because this Amalgam is a red elite. It has a ton of HP, but you can melt it so fast with the ice staff and a bullet weapon that it won't even have a chance to get its shield to pop up. But in this game, obviously I wasn't able to do that, but it is possible, so if you dish out enough damage, you will be able to do this in one try. But it's not even like we didn't do it in one try, because after taking out the single zombie, giving him the shield, he goes down instantly, allowing us to get the final amulet. And upon making our way to the Dark Aether for the last time, we can place our amulet on the Amalgam statue, powering the fourth and final spire. Now a purple beam of light is going to go into this door that you were never able to open previously, and if you interact with this button, you will see the bridge pieces all fall into place, and if you walk across the bridge, you will see the Sentinel artifact itself. And congratulations, you are done with the whole main quest, and you're ready to do the boss fight, but we have some getting ready to do before then, so make your way back to the main map, and you want to get your hands on the golden armor plates. So to get this, you need to do 2 blood sacrifices, which, if you haven't done them before, are insanely difficult lockdowns where you are left with 1 HP, and you are surrounded by tons of red elite enemies. So to do this easily, we're going to use the Temporal Gift and Killjoy Gobblegum to give us a minute-long insta-kill, and we're also going to get 3-plate armor. From this point, you want to make your way into the Dark Aether and head over to the Juggernog machine, and you'll notice this little wooden box, and if you smack it a couple times, it'll break, revealing a head to the statue. And if you go to the other side of the Dark Aether, just over here under this brush, you'll notice another box, and if you break it open, what do you know? Another head! So make your way to the spawn room, and there are 2 statues that are very, very inconspicuously missing their heads, so if you put their heads back on, you can then begin the blood trials. You have to do 2 separate blood trials, 1 at each statue, so when you're ready, interact with it, and good luck. You are now at 1 HP, you have to only rely on armor plates to stay alive, so I recommend coming down to this intersection where these 2 staircases meet and popping your Gobblegums, because in this area, you can jump around a lot off the platforms and stuff to avoid taking damage at all costs, while training all of the red elites around, and eventually after doing enough damage, they will all die and the red mist will disappear, and you should definitely replate as much as you can before attempting the second blood sacrifice, because the second one is, dare I say, even more difficult than the first. So when you're ready, go up to the second statue and interact with it, and now 3 shock mimics are going to spawn in, as well as a couple doppelgasts. And if you know anything about shock mimics, they have a ranged attack, they also have a grab attack. And that means you can take a lot of shield damage really fast, so you want to maintain as much distance as you possibly can between you and all of the red bosses, because if you let them get close to you for even a mere second, it can be over for your whole game. So I highly recommend using Aether Shroud, Monkey Bombs, Decoys, and even like Idolize, whatever you could possibly use to get the zombies off of you so you can do as much damage to them and they can't do any to you. Eventually, after enough time passes and you do enough damage, they will all die and the red mist will vaporize. And congratulations, you've just unlocked the golden armor plates. You'll see the gold lines pierce across the sky and go into these 2 bulls' butts, and then they're gonna lock their energy together, displaying the brand new gold armor plate on the wall right next to it. And it's free, it's entirely free. So just walk up and buy it, and now your armor plates will regenerate themselves. From this point, you want to make sure you get as many Gobblegums that you want and need. Get entirely set up with Casimirs or Monkey Bombs. Make sure your gun is a tier 3 legendary pack-a-punched gun with either Shadow Rift or like Life Mend to keep yourself alive. And when you're ready, interact with the Sentinel artifact to begin the boss fight. This is a very, very weird boss, so it's not very traditional in any sense of the word. Once you interact with the boss, it'll take a while and it will fly around, shooting a laser beam around the middle of the map until eventually it will change from a red beam to a purple beam, and you have to shoot the Sentinel artifact until it gets super hot and explodes, dealing a small chunk of damage to it and also duplicating it. So now there will be 2 Sentinel artifacts shooting lasers, and after waiting their period out, while they're just shooting randomly, they will once again turn purple and lock in on 2 of the statues, and you have to quickly deal a ton of damage to them to get them to break. Right here, I only managed to break 1 of the Sentinel artifacts because I run out of ammo and it goes immune too quickly, but once the purple ball reaches one of the statues and you fail, a bunch of enemies under that statue are going to spawn in, and you will just have to wait a little while longer to be able to do more damage to the Sentinel artifact. Don't worry, you didn't fail or anything. And again, after waiting a while of just not getting hit, the Sentinel artifacts will start shooting once again, and you can do your damage to them. Once you deal enough damage to them, I think it's about half health, the structure of the boss fight switches up a little bit, because now there will be 4 Sentinel artifacts spinning in a circle in the middle of the arena, and to get the final couple Sentinel artifacts you need to finish the boss fight, you're gonna have to take out these zombies that have them imbued with them. Some of them are gonna be heavy zombies, some of them are gonna be elite zombies, and some of them are gonna be special zombies, but regardless of what it is, when you take it out, it will drop a Sentinel artifact, and you have to do a bunch of damage to it to get it to break. Be very careful doing this, because you can get cornered really fast, the doppelgasts run extremely quickly, and as soon as your armor plates break, you're basically dead in one shot. So please keep an eye on your armor plates, because they matter more than anything in this boss fight. You mainly just want to focus on staying alive while doing chip damage to these enemies, and once you get the final Sentinel artifact to drop and you destroy it, all of the ghost artifacts in the middle are going to do a weird little fusion dance, and they're all going to combine their power into one Sentinel artifact sitting above this gateway in the middle. So shoot your ice staff at your feet, throw your monkeys, do whatever you gotta do, pop your ether shroud, and unload. Do everything you can, just unload into the Sentinel artifact, because if you don't kill it fast enough, your game will end. This is a nuke lockdown, basically, so if you do not manage to get rid of the Sentinel artifact before all of them travel into it, your game will instantly end. But once you do manage to take out the artifact, congratulations, you've completed the Tomb Easter egg. Thank you guys so much for sticking around till the end of this video. If you found it helpful or informative, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more zombies guides, updates, and information coming soon. Thank you guys, I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Raptor 1, I'm at the LZ. Let's get the hell out of here.
There is more to be done now that you've secured the Sentinel artifact. Bring it directly to me. I have gathered every available file on the history and previous uses of this ancient device. It appears several times in the historical record. Some date back to ancient Egypt. I have deciphered steps to activate and control it. The artifact requires an infusion of exotic materials. Unique elements that can only be harvested here at Liberty Falls. I have already ensured everything we need is ready for your arrival. You will see your lost agent Maxis again soon. I'll be waiting.
And as the final reward for completing the map, you not only get an Ice Staff skin that turns the gem green, you also get the early calling card for completing the tomb. You have 30 days from the day this map came out to get this calling card until it becomes the default calling card. So good luck to all of you. Thank you guys once again, and I will see you in the next one.